Hello, so today I will be talking about a clip called The Fault in Our Schools from The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. I will be giving you my opinion on the video and then analyzing it by breaking down the different appeals, arguments, assumptions, and other aspects of communications. So basically this video is about how colleges in this day and age don't take sexual abuse and assault seriously enough. He uses an example of James Madison University. Two fraternity brothers recently were accused of sexually assaulting a girl, and the only punishment they were handed was that they were to be expelled after graduation. This means that they could graduate, they just couldn't come back onto the campus after they graduated. So Jon Stewart, throughout the video, is talking about how colleges need to take this more seriously and they need to hand down harsher punishments. So personally, I feel that this was a very high quality message being sent. He backs up his argument with evidence and he proves his point. Though there were some minor flaws in his argument, he definitely gets his point across that colleges need to take sexual assault more seriously. So since Jon Stewart is famous, that makes him appeal to his audience. Even though he's a comedian and a satirist, his fame makes him more credible. His fame also helps to motivate people to listen to what he's saying and get them to take action. So Jon Stewart's main argument is that colleges should have harsher punishments for sexual assault. He shows that it is ridiculous that the two fraternity brothers from JMU only received expulsion after graduation. He does this by saying what, so they can't come to alumni tailgates, or they can't bring back their future children to show them where they sexually assaulted a woman. So basically, he's using sarcasm to prove that there's no point in expelling the students after they've graduated. So he then uses a male actor and a female actor to show the difference of what men and women experience when they go out in college. He's trying to prove that men can focus on having a good time while women have to constantly worry about what they're doing and whether they could get sexually assaulted in the situation. He does this by having a male actor talk about what happens if he passes out, which is just getting his face drawn on. But then the woman chimes in and says, well, if I pass out, I'll get sexually assaulted. And it shows how much more serious the woman's consequences are compared to the men's consequences of passing out. So Jon Stewart also motivates people by using the male actor and the female actor portraying their different stories. He shows how careful women have to be to come home safe after a night out. He does this by having the male talking about the simple things he has to worry about, like drinking beer before liquor or passing out. But then the woman starts to talk about all of the things she has to worry about, like getting home safely, getting creeped on by a taxi driver, getting sexually assaulted, getting roofied, etc. The woman actor appears out of breath after she states everything that women have to worry about, and the male just looks shocked. This is a device that Stewart is using to get his point across about how serious sexual assault is. Using the effect of the woman appearing out of breath after explaining everything that a woman must look out for is one of the reasons that I believe that this is such a good argument. Seeing the woman just struggle to talk about what she has to look out for on a daily basis is something that helps to motivate the audience to maybe take action against the rising problem of sexual assault against women, especially college students. So Jon Stewart does use some assumptions that flaw his argument. For example, he is assuming that all colleges do not handle sexual assault cases properly. This is not true. It seems as if he's basing all colleges around the JMU case. But, for example, according to Tyler Kincaid from the Huffington Post, the University of Iowa has made it very clear that they will not tolerate sexual assault. They made it so that, at a minimum, you would be at least suspended from school if found guilty. They created a 6-point plan, and since that 6-point plan has been enacted this year, they've already expelled 2 students for sexual assault. They are not taking sexual assault lightly, and so Jon Stewart should not be able to assume that all colleges do not properly handle sexual assault cases. So though Jon Stewart's assumption that all colleges do not handle sexual assault cases properly did flaw his argument, he did use it for a reason. He was trying to prove his point that sexual assault is a huge problem and that some colleges do need to change their policies and how they handle the cases. Jon Stewart also makes the assumption that only women get sexually assaulted by men, but according to the Center for Disease Control, approximately 6% of men have admitted to being raped or sexually assaulted. Therefore, Jon Stewart should not make the assumption that sexual assault is just a problem from man to woman. He needs to realize that it is a problem from woman to man and address that in his argument in order to make it a more solid argument. Overall, this is a very high quality argument that has actually motivated me to want to get out there and try to curb the problem of sexual assault in the college setting.